Known as Gerald Mukuye, married to Divine Asimwe Mukuye. He is a proud father of 14 children, a family he jokes could easily line up for Arsenal's next match.
She has been so good to me. She has given me 14 children.
But behind the humor lies a life shaped by loss, struggle, and a relentless search for justice. Born in Singo, Chiboga district, Pastor Gerald Mukuye grew up in a polygamous family under the care of his late father, Misach Kagwa. His earliest encounter with injustice, he says, came at birth, growing up without his mother. She's not dead. He has never met her. She left the marriage, he explains, unable to endure the injustices she faced in her marital home, an experience he describes as his second encounter with injustice, one that left a lasting burden on his heart.
The pain that I could not have anywhere to report my pain, to take my pain, I was always suffocated. I could not report my brothers. I had permanent emotional scars which had been infiltrated in me or just because of lack of justice at home. My original burden was to help those people who could not be allowed to speak, such that their voices can also be heard everywhere.
That burden would later shape his life's calling. Pastor Mukuye began his professional journey as a teacher before switching paths, pursuing a law degree from the Law Development Center, followed by studies in human rights, international human rights law, and democratization. He later added a master's degree in theology, bringing together law, faith, and advocacy. He says the goal was simple: to be fully equipped to respond to injustice wherever it appears.
Human rights are natural endowments, according to their definitions. We are born with them. They are inherent.
We asked him about the role of government in protecting and promoting human rights.
The government is only supposed to promote, to protect, and to preserve these rights only. But they don't have them also. Though they have they can use their powers to take them away, or to stop them, or to reduce them.
Uganda, he argues, continues to face widespread violations of fundamental rights, including unlawful killings, torture, arbitrary arrests, suppression of political opposition, illegal land evictions, and abuses of children's rights. Many of these, he says, are linked to the conduct of state security agencies.
We have domestic injustices when women are being tortured, women are being mistreated, children are being mistreated. Administrative injustices when people are treated according to color, according to tribes, according to families, that kind of nepotism. All of those are unfair. They are administrative injustices.
He also weighed in on recent high-profile arrests, including that of massacre priest Reverend Deuce Edith Sekabira in December and human rights defender Dr. Sarah Birete in January, both detained on security-related charges, raising renewed concerns over due processes and civil freedoms.
There is what we call principles of criminal law. Principles of criminal law, in Latin they say, "Nolim crimen in rege scripta," that every law must be written, well written and prescribed. Then norum crimen in rege sata, that even all the punishments must be well explained to that person.
Pastor Mukuye further expressed concern about what he described as democratic injustice, particularly during the recently concluded campaigns and elections, pointing to intimidation, arrests, and restrictions on political participation.
Vote rigging is unfair. Electoral procedures, the way they appeared, there was no justice. When some candidates could not access good roads, some other candidates could not be permitted to make rallies in some specified places. And then the other one is given a very big one, because injustice means lack of fairness, no fair ground.
He also raised alarm over the continued arrests of Ugandans, warning that fear is steadily replacing trust between citizens and the state.
Nobody should be arrested unless the crime or the offense is well written, is known, and the person must know the type of offense he has committed. He must be allowed to talk to his people. He must be accorded a lawyer.
Asked to assess the government's performance against the principles of good governance, Pastor Mukuye said he is troubled by what he describes as an increasingly unpredictable system of governance.
So the government has to come out and define and explain to the citizens the type of governance they are carrying out. Is it oligarchy? Is it kleptocratic government? Is it military? The people are talking about Idi Amin survived him. How did they survive? He came out and told them, when they asked for freedom of speech, he said, okay, freedom of speech, I may say it is given to you, but the freedom after speech, I don't guarantee you. That was Idi Amin. At least the journalists knew how to live.
As a scholar, teacher, pastor, and human rights advocate, he concludes with a word of caution directed not only to government and parliament, but also to the people of Uganda.
Members of parliament, let them stop enacting laws which have no ingredients. Most of the members were reduced to mere raising up of hands. Others don't understand what is being passed. They talk about the bill. The bill is handled in different caucuses, but most of them are mere people. Now, then to Ugandans, I call upon them to obey the systems if they are well defined.
Justice, he warns, cannot be outsourced. It must be demanded, protected, and lived. Part 2 of Pastor Gerald Mukuye speaking about the role of the church in good governance coming up tomorrow. I am Priscilla Regina Nalwoga, NTV Tonight.